It's all about you collaborate. The purpose of our panel discussion today is to really focus on your learning. This is a special opportunity for you to see a little insight onto the vision of our executives, of our lead partners here. And with that, we're going to get started, and away we go.
Really, what the next step is, having done this, of simplifying what is complex within these environments for auditoriums and classrooms and meeting spaces, collaboration spaces, is really taking it to the next level of making the whole building or the whole environment being able to interact together. And that's really where we see unified communications coming together under the umbrella of unified control, of being able to automate all of the processes, all of the building automation systems, to make it really simple for people to interact.
There are really three things that we see in terms of driving this tipping point to become a reality in unified communications. And the three areas really are, one, the accessibility of the technology now is not just the boardroom visual communication device. It's all about everything from mobile to consumer to small to medium business to enterprise, all the way to the service provider. So one is the continuum of this technology has really exploded even in the last 6 months. If you look at what Apple's doing on mobility, Skype in the consumer space, there's a lot of consolidation and new entrance to the market. So one is the accessibility all the way from mobile to service provider is real. The second is with the continued deployment of IP bandwidth, it's really now accessible from not only from an internal but intra and inter perspective. So it's not just internal anymore, it's really business to business. And then thirdly is the whole acceptance of visual communications. When it was on standard definition, it was on ISDN, it was barely acceptable. But now that it's IP-based and you have high definition and very immersive telepresence, it's becoming like TV quality. So it's been very open and amenable to business leaders.
The challenge we have is how do we integrate those things together in a way that is both open but allows us to implement the innovations. And that's why, for example, having a common session platform that's open and enables multi-vendor operation, integrating, for example, the Polycom products in, is, we think, a critical aspect. How do we actually change the way your business operates? Because time to money, time to order, time to revenue is more important to a business than your individual productivity. And I think if I were in your role today, I would want to do two things. One is to work with organizations like SKC to understand the technology change. Video is coming, mobility is coming, there are new devices coming. But then get very close to your business to become the translator of technology to how it can change your business. There's an opportunity for everybody in this room to create a role for yourself that's fundamentally different in the next 5 years.
It is really hard for a company going forward to win without innovating in a different manner than they've done in the past. But there's an awful lot that you have to understand and change at the individual behavior level and at the managerial behavior level if you are going to actually reap the ROI from a lot of these tools and implementations.
And in order to be connected, we have to be integrated. We've changed a lot as a company, as an industry over the last several years, and we've changed more dramatically in the last year. We've gone from making these pieces or connecting these different disparate or technologies into creating the actual technology platform or the hub that allows you and us to centrally manage and monitor all the technologies across the entire platform, regardless of your device, whether globally or centrally, remotely, but manage and monitor every technology and every device in every room and in every building across the enterprise. That's unified communications, and that's what we call IBT, or integrated building technology.
There are three things that they always want to talk about that's top of mind, especially for C-level executives. The first one is how do they improve productivity and drive operational efficiency. The second one is how do I increase my customer loyalty. And the third thing is how, and really for the IT part of the organization, is how do I become a better business partner as opposed to a cost center. Improving the productivity of the employees' jobs who cannot be automated. I would just end on three things. Number one, as we talked about, this technology is robust and it's changing quickly. So the first thing I'd advise everybody to do is start with an architecture. Build the blueprint. Because technology is changing so fast, if you don't, you'll find yourself in a corner. So that's number one. The second thing, and Ken talked about this, is a very, very important part. It's really a three-legged stool. It's technology, it's process, and culture. So I would encourage you to get the C-level executives on board, not just for the funding and the budget, but to change the culture and the process of the company. Because if you just change the technology without the other two, you'll get minimized results. And the third thing is, there is no better time to start than now.
There is not one single vendor that is going to successfully help you make UC happen in your organization. It takes a village. We think our role is to kind of bring those together and make that happen for you.